Welcome to the Spyder web. For this video, I'll be going over the latest update in the Beyblade Burst app. So as you can see, we now have the BeybladeBurstQuadDrive symbol or trademark on the main screen. Now this is really cool. Also, as you can see in the background, I do have the digital Cosmic Vector Stadium. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the main thing that was updated, and that is the Bay Locker. Not only did they widen the main screen out on this, so you can see more bays per row, you can now sort these Beyblades by name and by level by tapping this purple button over here. So apparently if you hit by level, of course it's going to start with the strongest bays and then go down to the weakest. And now if we start by name, it's going to go by the bays that have the letter A as their main starting letter. And then, you know, of course go B, then C, and so on. Also, there is a favorite section, so you can actually favorite Beyblades now. I'll get to that later, but as you can clearly see, favoriting a bay puts it at the very top of the screen, no matter what level or name it has. The battle tracks are exactly the same. There's no collect all feature or anything like that, like I was hoping for. Maybe in another update, but not in this update. And there's another way to sort these bays on this list. So you can sort bays by type and by system. So let's say I don't want any switch strike bays on the list. Just tap the switch strike button. And then you can tap the attack type symbol up here if you don't want attack types showing. So now as you can see, there's only defense and stamina types and balance types at the top. Let's get rid of the balance types. There we go. And now let's get rid of defense. So now as you can see, there's only stamina types down there. Really cool. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset that. Of course you can mess around, you can have like only defense and balance type shown, no Pro Series, no QUADDRIVE, no Speed Storm, maybe no Hypersphere. And by Hypersphere, it doesn't mean by layers, it goes by drivers. I think this is the same for every single bay. So you can have a Pro Series layer in the game, have a Hypersphere driver, and if you tap no Hypersphere combos, it's going to cut that bay out because it has a Hypersphere driver. The drivers are the main classification for the system, as I can apparently see. I could possibly be wrong, as I've noticed that there's some bays that are kind of excluded. But from this, maybe that's just me being confused, but from what the looks of it, that is actually the case. Now, about favoriting bays. In order to favorite a bay, you're going to have to go to the bay itself and open it up, its main menu. So, we have Balkesh B3 here as a good example. And right now, you see that star symbol? It's gray. I want to favorite this bay, because Balkesh is definitely one of my favorite defense bays. So, all I have to do is tap that star, and now it turns gold. And now when I go back to the main list, the bay, it now appears on my favorites list. Another cool thing is the loadouts feature. You see with this Balkesh, it has a Evolution slingshot driver. And y'all are probably wondering, Spyder, why on earth did you give the Evolution slingshot driver? But I can take advantage of this and show you what the loadouts feature can do. So loadouts, right now we're on loadout 1. And loadout 1, you see the bay right now, right? We're gonna hit loadout 2, and the driver is back to atomic. Then we have loadout 3, driver is also atomic. But then we hit loadout 1 again, and it's Evolution Slingshot. And y'all probably wondering what's going on. Well, you see, what's cool is that you can have different variations, like different combos with the same layer, all loaded in the same section. So I'm gonna actually start customizing this bay because we have 3 loadouts. Let's go ahead and hit loadout 2 and tap the bay. y'all are already witnessing the new customization screen. Definitely a major improvement. Very much liking it. But we're gonna go ahead and use these arrows for now and swap to this. Just something random. Like this. Now we're gonna hit save. And see, this is loadout 2. Now we have loadout 1. Still as it was at first. Now we hit loadout 3, which is the actual stock. And of course you can change loadout 3 as well. Or you can change loadout 1. And you can have all of these 3 combos. Oh, I didn't mean to change there. We can have all of these 3 combos under the same Balkesh B3 label. Now, about the whole customization thing. I'm actually gonna go to a QUADDRIVE Beyblade to showcase this because, oh gosh, what an improvement. First, let's start with the driver. We're gonna hit this wrench feature and take a look at this. The QUADDRIVE bays, or QUADDRIVE drivers? QUADDRIVE drivers? Whatever. They can actually swap, like, the whole attachments and stuff and everything are interchangeable as toys and in the app. Major improvement. I've always wanted something like this for these types of bays, and wow. Very interesting. So, we're going to revert it back to its stock driver, which is TA21-Q with the B01 attachment. Boom. There we go. Oh, another cool thing is that, let's go back to the driver. You don't need to have this attachment on. You don't have to have any of these attachments on. You can just hit the X right there, and it's just gone. Then you hit done. And there you go. And then of course we can hit save, and there we go. But we're not done yet. We gotta take a look at the layer, because the layer is epic. Hit the wrench, and look at this. You can actually change the magma ring and the little armor piece in there. Take a look at that. So we can have Cyclone Ifritor I7. We could have Destruction Ifritor I7 in this game. And it doesn't have to be a whole recolor release already built into the game. You can just have this. And on top of that, you can actually recolor them if you have the recolors by hitting the paintbrush. But of course, I don't have any recolors, so you have to wait for that. You can also swap the armors, obviously. And we can do something like this. Pretty nice. We're gonna hit loadout 2 just to get the stock. And I would like to show something else off. You see this little symbol over here with the hexagon with a bunch of squares? If we tap this, it opens up a list of all the discs or all the drivers, depending on which one you hit. If you hit the one next to the discs, of course you're gonna see the list of discs. If you hit the button by the driver, of course you see a list of drivers. It's really cool. And you can sort them by name and level, just like the bays in general on the main Bay Locker screen. And it shows the bays by their coding numbers. It doesn't actually show their disc names that Takara Tomy would give them. Of course they still have their disc names, but after that latest update, they don't actually show the names anymore, I don't think. Let's go ahead and sort this by excluding some Speedstorm discs, maybe even some Hypersphere. So now we don't see any disc that was released during Speedstorm or any disc released during Hypersphere, like any new disc, or at least we shouldn't see. I've already seen this, which these are Hypersphere discs. I don't know why they're not excluded. That might be something on their part as like a little glitch, because yeah, it's not actually cutting out any of these. That's interesting, but you get the point. They're at least trying to implement this for discs. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix this at some point. And of course you can hit this check mark down here and you get the disc there. Also, there's something else I would like to talk about. There's this Beyblade skins list up here where you can actually see the Beyblade skins, like recolors. Of course, as you can see, I don't have the other version of Ifritor. I will get at some point in this game and as a toy, but it is what it is. I haven't really checked if there are any updates during a battle. There should be a QUADDRIVE gimmick in an actual match, perhaps. I have the cosmic. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's just see. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and launch Ifritor. But do we have the red launcher? Whoa, what was that? Are y'all seeing that? That's a gold. I'm pretty sure that's a gold Pro Series launcher. Are we gonna get more Pro Series launchers? That, like different colored ones in the future? I'm all for that. This is the white one. The shark launchers. Whoa. That's gonna be pretty interesting. Well, and there's a blue one back there too. Well, I guess that's another part of this update video. The launchers. Let me know in the comments if you actually seen something like that in a QUADDRIVE stadium, because I didn't see that when I did any battles. Other than that, that's all I actually can see. Nothing else really new. There may have been some bug fixes, but obviously there's some more bugs in the game that they have to fix. No updates regarding the avatars other than the new ones being added, like the Ifritor avatar. Of course, we have the bays like the Section Bellfire and stuff like that. But yeah, so bays that already had avatars beforehand, had evolutions, have not received any new buffs. Like, we haven't seen like an upgraded version of the Rockabor avatar. Like, nothing of the sort. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Thank y'all for watching, and keep blading.